What's going on, everyone? We're back here today with an exciting new video. First of all, I would like to say I hope that everyone enjoyed the coverage of the Deck Devastators tournament. That is now concluded. The top 8 decks are covered on the E3 Yu-Gi-Oh channel, so I figured it'd be redundant to cover them over here. Plus, they're all posted in the Edison format Discord as well. There's coverage there, so if you want to go check that out. A lot of really cool decks. Might be trying out some of them later on. Who knows? We'll see. But let's focus on what I've got for you here today, which is an exciting new deck that I'm sort of been working on for a while. Well, not really. It was an idea I had a while back, and I kind of just got a wild feeling that I wanted to try it out again, so I just threw this together. But the build itself is not very refined at all. I kind of just, like I said, threw it together really quick. The main idea, I think, is solid, and I think there's something there. It's just, this is obviously far from optimized. This is just a bunch of ideas I had kind of thrown together, and just to see how it sort of performs and get some testing in with it. So I'm going to be showing you a couple matches I played. As you can see, it's an Iron Chain deck that uses Repairman with Coil to just make Power Tool Dragon. And then we got some stuff going on with DDR Phoenix Blade. It's like a mill deck, so we got Lightsworn Engine. And then we've got Gigantes to banish this. It's kind of taken some inspiration from the Creator Turbo deck that Keegan built, where it's just like you just play some extra ways to banish this guy for DDR so you can make more 7s. I'd say there's some issues with the deck as it is now. Definitely, I think I want to main this card if I'm playing Rat. Or maybe I just shouldn't play Rat. I don't know. It's the deck needs work. I need to like thoroughly sort of test and optimize and stuff. But as it is now, it's just a fun little experiment that I thought I would show off. So I think we should just jump into the replays and kind of get an idea of how the deck's meant to work. So here we go. First one, we're up against a Blackwing player, of which there are many. Yeah, this deck did not go away at all. It was pretty popular at Deck Devastators. Didn't do quite as well as it did at Ribbit 4, but it would be pretty goddamn hard to replicate a performance that insane. So here, I think, okay, this is a different build. I'm on 2 Dandelions. I like made some slight changes as I was going when I was doing this, so the builds aren't always going to be exactly the same, but yeah, as you can see here, I've just really bricked, so tough luck for me. This game not going well. I've seen his hand with the Dust Shoot, and his hand's like really good, so I feel like there's just no way I'm going to win this. Maybe I should have gotten something besides Lila. I don't know. Either way, both his back row just going to answer me, and then I'm going to be in range for lethal next turn, so. Plus he had this Kalute. I needed him to at least take attack there, but yeah, that came over very fast. I can't really do anything. So yeah, post board, these lightning vortexes felt so good in this deck. By the way, maybe I should main like Wing Blast or something, or maybe I should main the Vortex. The Vortex is feeling like an insane card to me. It just feels like it's so good against everything right now. And so yeah, I just kind of open a pretty awkward hand. I decided to pro set the heavy in the bottomless and just hope he doesn't storm me. Storms me, I'm in pretty big trouble here. So I'm just going to bottomless the guy he summons. Fortunately for me, plays into the storm, so now I'm in a really good spot. I just summon this attack. He makes a really weird play here where he brain cons. I'm not convinced this was right. Like, you could have just held the brain con and done a ton of damage anyway. And just had the brain con, you know? I don't get why people do this all the time with brain control. It's not like, I'm not flaming this specific guy, but people in Edison will just brain con for like to poke for a little bit more all of the time. I swear, I don't get it. It's not a good play in 90% of situations, but yeah. Anyway, here I'm thinking hard. It's like I can Cold Wave into Black Rose and then get like a plus here, and then if he draws a monster, I'll take a little damage, which could kind of suck. If he draws a spell trap, he can't even use it, which would be sweet. But I decide I need this Repairman. I want to preserve it so I can actually like combo. So I decide to Vortex pitching the Cold Wave, and he has the My Body, which forcing out the back row kind of just works out anyway here, and we get a pretty lucky mill, getting the Phoenix Blade and the Iron Chain Coil. That's really good. So we're going to bring back the Iron Chain Coil. Gonna sink for Power Tool. I think we just grab DDR here. Unfortunately, we can't use the Phoenix Blade until next turn. But, like, we're for sure winning this duel next turn. So, yeah. He goes Blind Allure because he kind of has to. Summons the Mistral, sinks Goyo, tries to attack. But I have the Mirror, so that's just going to be that. He's going to scoop when he sees the Repairman normal summon, so, because that's lethal, obviously. But we could have done some crazier plays here. Game number 3, my hand's not bad. We have the Storm again, which kind of feels like we're just sacking this Blackwing player, honestly. But we just go for the Sidra hit. I get kind of lucky. The back row doesn't out it cleanly, and he doesn't have a Kalut. He's going to try to respond with Sirocco. I pro-set the heavy again, because it worked last time, you know, so. And it's going to work this time, too. So this is actually really nice. I get a charge into recharge here. Unfortunately, my draws and mills are pretty shit, so I kind of just have to hope there's no Kalut again. But there wasn't a Kalut last time, so I'm kind of assuming there's not. And here he's sort of bricked on side deck cards that don't do anything. He just sets the Mistral. I hit in. I'm hoping it's not Bayou, and lucky for me, it's that Mistral that I saw earlier. He goes set 2. I end phase space. Maybe I shouldn't have done this, because I had a feeling these were both fake back row. If he had drawn a Blackwing to Whirlwind with, that maybe could have been a slight problem for me. I see the Torrential's gone, so I decided to just attack in normal Jane in main 2, play around. Mirror a little bit, plus it's a 2-turn clock anyway, so I'm just going in here. He Ick attacks me. I go in direct with Jane. I decide to main phase 2, go for a Kurez. I could have maybe just popped Phoenix Blade. On this board state, it probably... I guess the risk is they could, like, Goyo take it if they top deck Blizzard, though. And I just kind of want to dig. Because we were going to get lethal next turn anyway, is the thing, right? Go for Power Tool. We get a DDR. We DDR back Kurez, which... I mean, this was lethal, but he didn't know this was lethal, so maybe he should have waited. Well, whatever. Because this was actually another Mistral, but no big deal. I really like the random one-off Kurez in here. I think it comes up a lot, actually. It's pretty useful. It goes with the Phoenix Blade DDR stuff. Alright, so it's definitely an interesting inclusion. I'd like to keep it in if I could. So anyway, let's go on to the next match, though. We're up against a Lightshorn player, I believe. Once again, I think we lose game 1. Spoilers. Which is weird, because my hand is broken. Every time I draw charge, recharge, something goes wrong somehow. I mill Wolf. Oh my god. How does this game go bad? So we're going to bounce back to the Hamster, hit into the Raikou. I guess just JD is probably how. He just wants to stop my mills, kind of makes sense. That Wolf Plague Mill is going to mess me up, I think. Actually, I don't remember if Plague even gets used. I mean, at this point, though, he could just JD me here. I think he doesn't, though. I think he waits for some reason. He wants to, like... I mean, is that even right? He could have killed me a lot faster, I think, if he just JD'd me here. But he doesn't know my hand, so... Who knows? He's going to shuffle back my Raikou. It's no big deal. He mills a Gardna. So now it's, like, really hard. I think a long time here, and I just decide to hit. So here we can steal his guy, but obviously the JD is now going to get dropped on me, and that's going to be a big problem, because I don't really have a clean answer here. I guess I should have just Black Roast. Seeing his hand now, he actually wouldn't have been able to kill me here if I had just Black Roast. But I decided to try just some other crazy stuff just to see what I could do, and it doesn't, like, there was not really an answer, so... Yeah, you're going to see I'm going to go for this, but it's like, if I had more life points, I could have, like, crashed. Nah, it's just not working, because there's, like, a Necro Guard and a Plague and stuff, and yeah, it's just not going well. Like, objectively, the correct play would have been to Black Rose here and just hope, but yeah. We were probably dead either way that game. A little bit rough. We open pretty good here. We mill Phoenix Blade, that's nice. Unfortunately, he has the Space Typhoon for my bottomless. He just goes for Raikou. We're going to hit in with Aaron. He's going to pop my Aaron. No big deal. We spin back the Raikou, but he mills the Raikou anyway to get the name, and he mills a Wolf. So it's a little rough. I dropped the Tragodia here. Fortunately for me, his hand's a bit dead, so I'm going to be able to start pushing really hard here. We go for the Phoenix Blade. We go for the steal. I think we just play a little bit chill here. Maybe this was wrong. We had a coil. We could have gone in a bit more. I don't know. Here, okay, we decided to do this in main 2. I kind of wanted to like dig for Crow or something, or some other side deck card or trap or defensive card, but I should have had the read that his hand was more so like dead. Anyway, we're milling more cards. We're in a pretty good spot here. We got a ton of resources. Unfortunately, I think we end up in a position where we don't have enough equip spells in deck to use Power Tool. So it makes it a little awkward here. I end up just like attacking with I forgot to use this guy's effect to get that 300 more damage, so it's probably not right. We go for Warrior. I'm hoping this isn't a Raikou because 2 of them are already gone. Like maybe it's Gardna or something. And we do have lethal if it's Gardna or something, but it's Honest. And yeah, with the Phoenix Blade plus the coil effect, we buff up our guy to 22 or something in each game. He opens pretty well here with the Gold Sark for JD and the recharge. My hand's a little bit slower, which is definitely worrying me a bit because we're on a clock here. Fortunately, he spends the Cold Wave a bit prematurely. I think he's kind of worried this game because his recharge and his mills didn't work out, so he's kind of got an issue where these JDs are just going to be dead in his hand if he doesn't get enough names. So I'm just like, we're banishing that name. And we have Crow to banish yet another name, so I think we're in a really good spot here, actually. I think for a while I decided to just go for this. It's like not the worst. We get the DDR, and I'm like, I'm just going to banish that set monster. I really want to keep him off names. So we use the call to extend as well. We get the 1 out of 3 chance to not hit Phoenix Blade, unfortunately, but banishing the Garden is really good. I decided to just chance it. I feel like I have to hope he doesn't have Gores. I know that at least one of these is JD, so yeah, I get the sense his hand's pretty dead, so we go for the same DDR Warrior play, and he's just kind of dead here, so yeah. We managed to sneak that one out as well. So I was kind of impressed that we managed to win both these matches. It's definitely didn't feel like quite optimal, quite like it was working the way that I wanted to, but it can do some crazy plays for sure. I'll maybe work on this deck more, and if you guys have any ideas, be sure to let me know as well. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's maybe got some potential to do something. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.